Good morning, students. This is your teacher Neelam Ehlawat, and I hope you remember which chapter we are doing. Yes, dear, we are doing chapter number 7. That is your chapter evolution, and I hope you are enjoying this chapter. And there is concept clarity regarding this chapter, dear students. This is a very important chapter, and with this chapter, we'll be completing your unit number 2, isn't it? So this unit number 2 is as a whole is a very important one. Okay. So I hope there is no doubt, everyone. Okay. So we'll continue. This is our lecture number 7. And today we'll talk about a very important topic that is called as Hardy-Weinberg principle. Now, first of all, I'm explaining you what it means. And then we'll see how exactly it works. Okay. So first, let's see what is Hardy-Weinberg principle. Now, as the name suggests, this was proposed by a scientist named as Hardy-Weinberg, and that is why he has named this principle after he has given his name to this principle, that is Hardy-Weinberg principle. Now, this principle says there's under certain conditions, okay, that there are specified set of conditions. Under certain conditions, the allelic frequency of population, it is stable and remains constant. So his concept says, if the conditions are same, then the allelic frequency in a population will remain constant, will remain stable, generation after generation. Okay, he's not talking about a single generation, he's talking about generation after generation in a sexually reproducing organisms. It says that the allelic frequency generation after generation will remain constant if the certain conditions are same. Okay, the sum total of all allelic frequency is 1. Means if you add all the frequencies, that is will be equal to 1, and it can be written as p plus q whole square is equal to p square plus 2pq plus q square is equal to 1. So we can say this is an expression which gives you formula p plus q whole square. Okay, so if we add this up, p plus q whole square, this will give you exactly the same formula, p square plus 2pq plus q square is equal to 1. So this exactly is, right? But provided there should be stable conditions, there should be absence of evolutionary change. So this principle will work only if the 5 factors, they are completely absent. One is a gene migration is absent, genetic drift is absent, there is no mutation in the population, there is no recombination, and there is no natural selection. Okay, everyone? So these 5 forces, which are called as evolutionary forces, they should be completely absent. Okay, so this is what Hardy-Weinberg says. Now let's understand what it actually means. Okay. Let's understand a very simple term. Suppose you have a population. Okay, suppose, let's see, this is a population. Okay, this is an area, there is a population. What is population, dear students? A group of organisms that interbreed with each other. Okay, that is called a population. Okay, now suppose there is one gene. Okay, let's suppose there is gene A. There is one characteristic which can be represented by A and A allele. Okay, so there are 2 alleles that will code one gene. Okay, so one gene, as we know that one gene has 2 members, one gene has 2 alleles. Let's suppose those 2 alleles are capital A and small a. So there are 3 possibilities of these genes, right, everyone? There is 3 possibilities, isn't it? Yes. Either the individual is AA, either the individual is A small a, or it is AA, isn't it? So there are 3 possibilities of this particular alleles. Either capital A, small a, small a, capital A, and small a, small a. Okay. So in this population, we are talking about the 2 alleles, that is A and small a. Okay. Let's suppose there are 100 individuals. ओके यहाँ जो है पॉपुलेशन वो 100 इंडिविजुअल्स की है. 100 लोग मौजूद है, 100 पीपल आर देयर. देयर आर 100 इंडिविजुअल्स. ओके, देयर आर 100 इंडिविजुअल्स that we are talking about, and we have taken one gene, and that one gene has two alleles, A and small a. So there are three possibilities of that allele: capital A, capital A, capital A small a, and small a small a. Okay everyone, is it clear? Is it clear everyone? Yes. Okay, so let's suppose out of 100 individuals 60 people have black eyes. Okay, 60 people they have black eyes, and 40 people they have brown eyes. Okay, there are 100 individuals. Let's reverse it. Let's change the gene so that you can easily understand, isn't it? Let's take it small b and small b, dear ones. Capital B, small b. Let's ये लेते हैं so that there is no discrepancy. So capital B, small b, let's take, these are two alleles. So we will have three possibilities. Let's cancel these three. We'll take in terms of capital B and small b. Okay. So there is either capital B, there is capital B, small b, and small b, small b. Okay everyone. So we've changed, we are not taking capital A, small a, we are taking capital B, small b. Okay. So suppose we have 100 individuals. Now there are 60 people who have black eyes and 40 people who have brown eyes. Okay everyone, is it clear? This black eyes, just think which one is dominant, which color will be dominant. Yes, black color will be dominant. Okay, so 60 people they have black eyes, 40 people they have the brown eyes. So what could be the genotype? What could be the genotype everyone? Tell me, what is the genotype? Either this could have BB, or it's going to have small b, right? Now let's see the frequency of capital B is P. Okay, the frequency of capital B is P and the frequency of small b is Q. Okay, the frequency of capital B is P. Let's have another color. Let it be P and let it be Q. So P and Q are the frequency of gene B and gene small b. Okay everyone. Now let's calculate what is the frequency of B. Frequency of P. So how many individuals are black? Just tell me how many individuals are black? 60 people. And what is the total number of individuals? 100 people. So what is the probability? The probability is 60 by 100. Okay, so value will be 0.6. So what is the value of P? 0.6. Now let's calculate frequency of Q. So frequency of Q, what is the number of individuals that are brown? 40. And what is the total? 100. So it will be 40 upon 100. So 0.4, isn't it? I hope there is no doubt. Okay, there is one gene that is coded by capital B and small b. So we are talking about a population. That populations have 100 individuals. 60 people are black, 40 people are brown. Okay, the you can say frequency of B is Q. B की जो frequency है वो P है और B की small b की जो frequency है वो Q है. So हम frequency calculate कर रहे हैं. So P will be equal to 60 upon 100, that is 0.6, and Q will be equal to 40 upon 100, that is 0.6. Now just add P plus Q. Do it P plus Q. What will be the value? It is 0.6 plus 0.4. It will be equal to 1. Isn't it? Yes. So this is what Hardy-Weinberg said. Right? That in a population, the frequency of alleles will be constant and the sum of all frequencies will be equal to 1. Okay dear? I hope there is no doubt now. So हम एक जीन की बात कर सकते हैं तो एक जीन की जो फ्रीक्वेंसी होगी वो हमेशा 1 होगी. Okay? Is it clear? Is it clear everyone? Okay. Let's continue it further. Now, as I said that there are three possibilities: BB, capital B, small b, small b, right? तो एक B की possibility है P. So how many B's are here? 2. So P square. यहाँ कितने हैं? Small b 2 हैं. So it will become Q square. Yes or no? Now here small capital B की जो frequency है वो P है और small b की जो frequency है वो Q है. So this will be Q. Isn't it, everyone? Hello, are you listening me? Yes. So BB will have P square and this BB will have Q square. So let's P plus 1, we know P plus 1 को हम square करते हैं. So it becomes P square plus Q square plus 2PQ. Okay, everyone? Plus 2PQ. Right, everyone? Yes. And this will be equal to 1. Okay. This we've already proved that P plus Q is 1. So P square plus Q square plus 2PQ will also be equal to 1. But this value will be true only if all your the evolutionary forces are absent. So 100% your evolutionary forces, they must be absent, everyone, right? All the evolutionary forces must be absent. So the population will be in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. If the population is in Hardy-Weinberg this equilibrium, there will be no evolution. Always remember this. There will be no evolution. अगर कोई पॉपुलेशन हार्डी-विंसबर्ग के प्रिंसिपल को फॉलो करती है तो उसमें एवोल्यूशन नहीं होगा. बट इन नेचर वी ऑब्जर्व दैट एवरी पॉपुलेशन अंडरगोज एवोल्यूशन, राइट? सो ये आइडियल सिचुएशन है. नेचर में आपको ऐसे नहीं मिलती है. नेचर में ये तभी एग्जिस्ट करेगी अगर आपकी 5 फोर्सेस, इफ द 5 फोर्सेस दे विल नॉट बी एग्जिस्टिंग. एंड व्हाट आर दोज 5 फोर्सेस? Yes, everyone, what are those 5 forces? Gene migration. There should be no gene migration. Gene migration should be absent. Okay, 5 forces we have talked about so far. That 5 forces are gene migration, genetic drift, mutation, recombination, natural selection. These all should be absent. Then only Hardy-Weinberg principle will work. So first evolutionary force is a gene migration. Let's see what is gene migration. It means when some individuals of a population migrate to other population. Suppose करिए आपके पास 2 populations है. Let's suppose this is population 1 and this is population 2. अगर इसके individuals यहाँ चले जाते हैं और इसके individuals यहाँ आ जाते हैं, so there will be migration of individuals and this is termed as जीन माइग्रेशन. तो अगर जीन माइग्रेशन होता है तो फ्रीक्वेंसीज चेंज हो जाएंगी. इफ देयर इज माइग्रेशन ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स फ्रॉम वन पॉपुलेशन टू अनदर, सो जीन फ्रीक्वेंसीज दे विल चेंज. ओके, सो हार्डी-विंसबर्ग प्रिंसिपल विल फेल. सो जीन माइग्रेशन नहीं होना चाहिए. सेकेंड इज जेनेटिक ड्रिफ्ट, राइट? द जेनेटिक ड्रिफ्ट, लेट्स सी व्हाट इज जेनेटिक ड्रिफ्ट. The random changes in the gene allelic frequencies of a population that is occurring by chance. Okay, suddenly something happens in the population. Suppose ये आपकी population है and there is something happens in this population, maybe some climate change or something else, and the population tries to adapt itself to the changing environment. So again there will be change in the allelic frequencies. Okay. And it might be possible that it might lead to formation of new species. Okay, this might form new species. And the original population then will become the founder. This population will then act as a founder and this will form a new species, that is B species. So genetic drift should also be absent. Third is mutation. There should be no mutation in the population. Okay, as we know, mutations, they are random and they occur at a very slow rate as per the Darwin. Okay, and they may result in evolution. So there should be no mutation in the population. Then there is no recombination as well. Recombination means there is no transfer of genes, there is no crossing over of genes during the process of meiosis. Then last evolutionary force is called the natural selection. Natural selection means when nature can select a particular trait. So natural selection should also be absent. Like as I talked about regarding the green and the red beetles, because the nature will favor the green beetles because they are not visible on the green leaf. While red color beetles, they are visible, so they will be eaten more by the predators. So in this color, the green color of the beetles is favored. So green color has a survival advantage. Okay everyone? So in this case also, natural selection, it should be absent. If natural selection will operate, then the gene frequencies will change. Then is called a founder effect. Now you must understand this. We need to understand what is a founder effect. Okay everyone? Now suppose there is a population. Let's suppose this is a population. There are a number of individuals here. They are living. Okay? Clear? Now out of this population, let's suppose 5 members, they went to some other place and they established another population. Let's suppose the population B. Here they had a population A. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पर हमारी population थी A. इसमें से कुछ members जो है यहाँ से चले गए and they started living at another place. They established another place and they formed a new species which is called B. Okay, which is called B. Now since 5 members have left this population, so here the allele frequency will change. Okay everyone? Because 5 people, they have left, so the allele frequency will change. Okay, let's again take it. हमारी population जो है वो A population है. कुछ लोग यहाँ पर रहते हैं. There may be 100 people, 1000 people. Suddenly 5 people, they left the space and they went to and they set up a new population at some other place. Right? And slowly and gradually यहाँ पर कुछ environment के changes होते रहे और अब ये नई species बन गई है. Now this is not a old species, now this is a new species. Now क्योंकि इस population में से कुछ individual चले गए हैं, so allele frequency will change. Okay? Clear? And now the B population has individuals. B population also have certain individuals. But these individuals, they are different from the individuals which are present in the A population. ठीक है? हालांकि ये इन 5 लोगों ने establish की थी ये population. तो ये जो 5 लोग हैं, this 5 members, they will be referred to as founders species. Those who established the new species, they are referred to as founder species, and this effect is called founders effect. ठीक है? The original drifted population, जो original लोग थे जिन्होंने population they left the place A, population A, they will be called as founders population. They will be called as founder population, and this phenomena will be called as founders effect. What do we call it as? Founders effect. Okay everyone? I hope it is clear. Right. Next comes the different types of natural selection. See, there are 3 different kinds of natural selection. One is a stabilizing natural selection. Third is directional natural selection. Fourth is disruptive natural selection. Now let's understand what it is. Okay, let's understand. Let's take it. See, look at the diagram. Suppose we have plotted the number of individuals having a particular phenotype at some point of the time. So we have plotted a graph. Okay, in this graph, the medium characteristics are favored. This is general normal graph. ठीक है? You can see, suppose if we talk about the human population, आप human population में देख सकते हैं कि अगर हम height को study करते हैं, so there are a few people who are tallest, there are a few people who are the shortest. जो मेजॉरिटी पॉपुलेशन है वो मीडियम हाइट में आती है, तो किसी भी पॉपुलेशन में जो है मीडियम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक को फेवर किया जाता है, ठीक है। नाउ कमिंग टू द इफ 3 selections. First is stabilizing selection. Let's see what happens in stabilizing natural selection. ठीक है, हम stabilizing natural selection में क्या होगा। stabilizing natural selection में क्या होता है, सपोज करिए as I said 3 individuals हैं, tallest, medium and shortest. अभी हमने बात की कि हमारे पास 3 इंडिविजुअल्स हो सकते हैं, एक जो टॉल है, एक जो मीडियम हाइट के हैं और एक जो शॉर्ट है, ठीक है। हमारे पास 3 इंडिविजुअल्स हैं और वी कैन से वी हैव 3 कैटेगरीज ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स, क्लियर। सो इन केस ऑफ स्टेबलाइजिंग नेचुरल सिलेक्शन, the medium individuals they are selected, they are favored, okay, they will be favored. If the medium individuals are favored, this means it is a stabilizing natural selection, okay. जो हमारी पीक है वो हाईएस्ट होगी मीडियम पर, ठीक है। मीडियम विल हैव द हाईएस्ट वन, ओके एवरीवन। मीडियम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक विल बी फेवर्ड। सो जिस किसी भी पॉपुलेशन में जब मीडियम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फेवर होती है, so that means it is a stabilizing natural selection, okay. यहाँ एक्सट्रीम में हमारे टॉलेस्ट हो सकते हैं, यहाँ शॉर्टेस्ट हो सकते हैं। यहाँ पर जो ये सेंटर लाइन है, यहाँ पर मीडियम इंडिविजुअल्स हैं, तो हमारा अगर एनवायरनमेंट कांस्टेंट रहता है, इफ देयर इज एनवायरनमेंट कांस्टेंट, देन द मीडियम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक विल बी फेवर्ड इन केस ऑफ स्टेबलाइजिंग नेचुरल सिलेक्शन। तो अगर नेचर में स्टेबलाइजिंग नेचुरल सिलेक्शन है, सो दिस मीन्स मीडियम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इज फेवर्ड। Second is called the directional natural selection. Directional natural selection में क्या होता है, one characteristic, average characteristic is not favored, okay. Here first of all we will have a changing environment. हमारा environment जो है वो change हो रहा है लगातार, ठीक है। दूसरा, इसमें मीडियम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फेवर नहीं होगी, यानी आपकी एवरेज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक को फेवर नहीं किया जाएगा। Average characteristic will not be favored, okay. Any extreme characteristic can be selected. Any extreme means either the tall is selected or the short is favored. दोनों जो extreme की conditions हैं वो favor की जाएंगी, दोनों, okay. Clear है। Average characteristic favor नहीं होगी, right everyone, average characteristic favor नहीं होगी। एक्सट्रीम कंडीशंस है हमारे पास, एक टॉलेस्ट और एक शॉर्ट, इन दोनों में से कोई एक एक्सट्रीम कंडीशन फेवर होगी, ओके। ओनली वन एक्सट्रीम कंडीशन विल बी फेवर्ड, ओके। थर्ड इज डिसरप्टिव नेचुरल सिलेक्शन, क्लियर एवरीवन। डिसरप्टिव नेचुरल सिलेक्शन में क्या होगा, आपकी दोनों एक्सट्रीम कंडीशंस फेवर होंगी, ओके। दोनों एक्सट्रीम मीन्स बोथ टॉल एंड शॉर्ट, बोथ विल बी फेवर्ड, and that is why you will have 2 peaks, okay. You will have 2 peaks, 2 extremes, both the extremes will be favored, both extremes of the characteristic will be selected. So stabilizing natural selection में medium characteristic को favor किया जाता है, directional में एक extreme characteristic को favor किया जाता है, disruptive में दोनों extreme characteristics को favor किया जाता है, okay. So we have 3 different types of natural selection: stabilizing, directional and disruptive natural selection, okay everyone. Coming to the history of evolution of animals. How did animals evolve on the surface of the earth? Now the general concept is that around 200 million years ago, MYA, that is around 2000 million years ago, सबसे पहला cellular life was created. The first cellular life was formed, okay. So first cellular form was appeared. Let's have another color rather than taking the purple. So around 2000 million years ago, the first cellular life existed. This cellular life, or you can say single celled organisms, how this existed, the mechanism is not clear. So approximately 2000 million years ago, the first cellular life was appeared on the surface of the earth, and the mechanism how it appeared is not clear. Now these cells then aggregated, then collected together to form the multicellular organisms. ठीक है, धीरे धीरे जो ये unicellular organisms थे, they started clubbing together and the multicellular organisms were formed. Okay, so 2000 million years ago the cellular life existed, and that cellular life, the single cells then combined to form the multicellular organisms, and from these multicellular organisms then invertebrates were formed. Okay, invertebrates were formed, and these invertebrates, they were formed around 500 million years ago. They were formed around 500 million years ago. Now after the invertebrates there came the jawless fishes. So after invertebrates, jawless fishes were formed. So 2000 million years ago cellular life existed, then these cells, they clubbed, they formed the multicellular cellular organisms, then the invertebrates, and they were formed around 500 million years ago. After that, then the jawless fishes were formed, and jawless fishes, they were formed around 340 to 350 million years ago. Okay, they were formed around 340 to 350 million years ago, and then came your lobe fishes. Okay, then came your lobe fishes. Then came your fishes, you can say lobe fins, coelacanths, frogs and salamanders. Okay, and then the amphibians. So first of all, land plants were formed. Okay, jawless fishes, then came the land plants, then came some animals, and in the animals the fishes were the first to be formed, and then the amphibians में सबसे पहले lobe fishes आई हैं. ठीक है, then amphibians, they formed reptiles, and those reptiles, they laid thick shelled eggs. Okay, so that they do not become dry in the sun. So from amphibians, reptiles were formed. Now around 200 million years ago, कितने? 200 million years ago, reptiles of different shapes, they dominated the earth. Okay, so सबसे पहले 200 million years ago सबसे पहले क्या आ गया हमारे पास? अब reptiles आ गए. Now we have reptiles. Clear? Now some of these reptiles, they again shifted back to water. So fish-like reptiles were formed. Right, everyone? So reptiles then again shifted back to the water, and they formed fish-like reptiles. And then came the land-like reptiles. So first we had fish-like reptiles. And then we had land-like reptiles, land reptiles. And the very first in them is the dinosaurs. And then something happened on the surface of the earth, and these dinosaurs, they became extinct. This because they extinct completely from the earth's surface suddenly. This is called as mass extinction, and we don't know the exact reason how this happened. And this happened around 65 million years ago. तो 200 साल पहले हमारे reptiles बने. Reptiles, कुछ reptiles जो हैं वापस पानी में shift हो गए, and they formed fish-like reptiles, and some they remained on the land, and they were called as land reptiles. And the very first in them was the dinosaurs, and suddenly they became extinct, and there was mass extinction. How it happened, nobody is clear. Nobody has no idea. Clear? And then came the first mammal. Okay, then after the dinosaurs, the first mammal came, and this first mammal was shrew-like. You see, this was this like. Okay, it was shrew-like mammal, and the fossils that have been discovered, they are very very small. Fossils से ये पता लगता है कि ये जो mammals थे, they were very small in size. Okay. They were viviparous. Viviparous means they give birth to young ones. Okay, and they used to protect their young ones, and they were very very intelligent. And they could easily sense the danger. Okay, they could sense danger. So first mammals, after the dinosaurs, the first mammals appeared on the surface of the earth, and these mammals, they were just shrew-like. From the fossils we can identify that they were very small in size, they were viviparous, and they're intelligent because they could sense the danger around them. Okay, and these mammals, they were like horse, hippopotamus, rabbit, etc. And they would appear to have happened in South America. And when South America joined North America because of the continental drift, these animals, they established the fauna on the North America also. So initially they were in South America, but then they established also on North America because of the continental drift. And the Australian landmass remained isolated, and there the pouched animals, they survived as there was no competition between the organisms for food or any other, right? So Australia में हमारे pouched mammals बच गए, and North America, where the life originate, you can say the first horse-like structures were designated. Then it migrated to the North America because of the continental drift which was occurring. Okay, everyone. So this is how we can study it from this kind of picture also. Initially at 350 million years ago, we have early reptiles, and then they became extinct. Then at 300 million years ago, sauropsids and synapsids were formed. Then in the Persian period at 250 million years ago, thecodonts and pelycosaurus were there. Then in Triassic period, that is 200 million years ago, therapsids were there, and then they became extinct. Then in Tertiary period, dinosaurs they became extinct, right? So we can study how organisms have moved or evolved period-wise on the surface of the earth. And there, after the Quaternary period, we had turtles, lizards, snakes, tortoise, crocodiles, birds, and mammals. Okay. Now coming to your homework. First of all, you will make clear notes of this topic. Beautifully, with beautiful sketch pen and pencil, you will draw the diagrams wherever they are supposed to be, and you will make complete notes of this topic, and then you will read page numbers 138 to 140. That is very, very important, students, right? So we'll complete this particular portion, and then if there is any query you have, any doubt you have, you will contact me. Okay, everyone? Okay, that's all, everyone. Bye.